Greetings, Stash White Slouch here. I'm about to open up my next semester's enrollment for private lessons, so if you're interested in studying privately with me, please send me an email. Today I want to discuss an interesting four-note structure. Usually when we think of four-note structures, we think of seventh chords, 1, 3, 5, 7. But there's some other interesting ones. So today I want to talk about a four-note structure that's 1, 3, sharp 4, major 7. Some people might call it a Lydian major 7 arpeggio because the sharp 4 is a characteristic note of the Lydian mode. But before we get too theoretical, check out this 4-bar fragment of a Chris Eldridge solo on Chinkapin Hunting. So if we just look at these 4 bars, this is what they are. Listen again. This is over the second half of the first B part on Chinkapin Hunting, where the chords are 3 bars of G, and then an A. There's this interesting note that pops up, this C sharp, and it gives it a really nice quality. How does Critter highlight this? He uses this 4-note structure. 1, 3, sharp 4, major 7. If we just change one note, that sharp 4, into a 5, it would be just a classic G major 7 arpeggio. But because there's that one note difference, it really brings our attention right to that note, which is funky and gives it a new color and quality. So you see it appear first in the back half of the first bar of the fragment. Just a classic G major 7 arpeggio, and then, oh whoops, did he mess up and mean to hit the D, but he hit the C sharp instead? Maybe, but then he repeats the same thing again. Which leads me to believe that was a very intentional move. Okay, then we're going back down, some pretty classic notes, but then we hear that same structure articulated from the C sharp going down. And then he starts scaling down a structure. So in those 32 notes that we just explored, 12 of those notes involve our new interesting 4-note structure, 1, 3, sharp 4, and major 7. So in a totally literal way, what I get out of this is when I'm on the 4 chord of a tune, say a G in the key of D, if I can insert strategically this 1, 3, sharp 4, major 7 structure into my improvisation, into my flows, some interesting, colorful qualities will appear in my improv. You can use ideas from previous quick tips, say permutations, moving the notes around in different order. You can scale up and down the arpeggio in different durations, as I talked about in a previous quick tip. So the goal of this quick tip was just to bring your attention to the fact that there are different 4-note structures that are not just 7th chords or fragments of a pentatonic that we can use to highlight certain notes in our improv that could give a whole new quality to our 8th note flows and all the things we're trying to integrate into our fiddle tune and song improvisations. Would you be sad if there were no more quick tips? For most of you watching, the answer is probably no. I've never even heard of you. I really don't care. But the next few seconds of this video are dedicated to you who do enjoy these, and I just want to ask you to become a patron on my Patreon page. An immense amount of time goes into practicing, generating, filming, editing, and thinking about these quick tips. In order for it to happen, I need to have a certain baseline of support through my Patreon page. If for the past 5 years, for any period of time, you've enjoyed the output of these videos, please consider becoming a patron on my Patreon. So think to yourself, Would you be sad if quick tips no longer existed for the general public? Thank you in advance for your support, and hopefully I'll see you in 2 weeks.